So let's take a look at how we get around in InDesign. Now that we see that we have tabs, we have inspector panel, we have the panels that are over here. How do we get around inside of InDesign? Take a look down the bottom here. We have a little set of arrows and some numbers. These would be all the different pages that we have. Once we have pages, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But we're going to need to learn how to zoom in and zoom out. So let's take a look at that. If we grab the magnifying glass, which is Z for zoom or zoom tool, we can come in here and we can click on the panel and we can move it in and out by clicking on with the magnifying glass. This will jump us at preset sizes. Now if we want, we can hold down the Alt or Option key to get the minus sign in the zoom tool, and that will take us back to zooming out. Underneath window across the top, we are going to want, oh, and I'm not recording this, but you can see that if I go up to window, to view, I'm sorry, we can zoom in or zoom out, fit page in window, fit spread in window if we had a spread, actual size, which is at 100%. So let's fit page in window again, okay? We're going to do a lot of that. Now that works out great, the whole zoom tool going in and out, but that's not as good as it could be. If we look at our keyboard and we look down at Command or Control, if we hold the Command or Control key down and we use the plus or the minus, that will zoom us in and out very easily. Again, I told you we're not going to do a ton of these keyboard shortcuts, but I wanted to let you know that this is something that really saves you a lot of time, really is good to use. We'll want to use that zoom in, zoom out with the Control or Command plus or minus. So if we do Command 0, Command or Control 0, that takes us back to fit in window. And then if we zoom in a little bit, we can come over here and I showed you earlier, we can take these bars on the side and with scroll bars and we can move things around. That works, but there's always a little bit better way to do it. We can grab the hand tool over here, H for the hand tool, and we can move things around. Because when you're in InDesign, we're going to be working on things all the time where you're going to need to be over in this part of the page, that part of the page. We're going to want to move things around. So if we're zoomed in, the hand tool is fantastic. But grabbing the hand tool by coming over to the toolbar, coming back to the page, that's a lot of work. So whatever tool I'm in, except for the text tool, I could be in the marquee, I could be the elliptical, I could be in any of these tools. So if I'm in the move tool right now and I put my hand on the space bar, see what happens if I put my hand on the space bar? I get the hand tool, which allows me to move around my page. As soon as I take my hands or my fingers off the space bar, I go right back into the same tool that I was in. So obviously you can see if we use the text tool and we use the space bar, what is that going to do? It's going to give you spaces. We don't want spaces. So you're going to want to make sure that you're in the move tool or any other tool and you can just hold down the space bar and it allows you to move around. So zooming in and out, moving things around, much easier with the hand tool, the plus, the minus, stuff like that. So again, Command or Control, plus or minus. We can come over and grab the hand tool or the zoom tool, but my recommendation to make things much easier is just hold that space bar, move things around. As soon as you take your finger off the space bar, you're back to it, wherever you're working in.